Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Melissa with Missy's Castle Dreams, and today we are going through my travel blog of a vacation that my best friend and I recently took down to Orlando, Florida to visit with my sister. We spent 2 days in Universal Studios and we spent a day in Disney's Epcot. So we got on the road Monday morning about 7 a.m. Our first stop was Buc-ee's in Florence, South Carolina. We like to stop at Buc-ee's because they have really clean restrooms. They have a lot of shopping. They have really good food. They have different things like fudge, biscuits, jerky, brisket. They have great clothes as far as like t-shirts and gift souvenirs for other people. And so we just always like to stop there. There's also multiple gas tanks, so there's never any chance of you having to wait long to fill up your tank. So we stopped there, got some biscuits, did a little shopping, filled up our tank, used the restroom, and then we soon got on back out onto the road. We then arrived later that afternoon at Universal Studios Endless Summer Resort, which is where we were staying for the week. My sister works for Universal, so she was staying there with us as well. The lobby was very nice and big and spacious. There was a Starbucks in the lobby, and there was also a Beach Bum Cafe, which had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There was also a game room. There was also a fitness area where you could work out. We also went outside and checked out the pool. It's shaped like a surfboard. It was a little cool for us, so we actually didn't get in the pool. There were some kids out there, but it was very pretty. There was also a bar out there at the pool. And then we went into our room. It was very spacious. In the main area, there were two queen beds. There were also a full length mirror and an alarm clock. The view was gorgeous looking out the window. We did have the thermostat in the main area. We had a TV, and then we had 3 drawers available for our clothes in that area. There was a picnic table area that also had a half refrigerator, a microwave, a coffee maker, a sink. Then we had our bathroom, and right outside of the bathroom was a double vanity. And then you go into the separate bedroom, which gave us our third queen bed. There was an iron and an ironing board in the closet. There was a safe there to lock up any money or jewelry while you were gone. That room also had its own TV and a gorgeous view. So that night, we decided to drive over to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort for our dinner. We had it at the Sebastian's Bistro. Now, I have eaten here before, and my sister has too. She's actually the one who recommended it for us. And Beverly had not eaten there yet before. It's a family dining experience, so everything is brought out and you share. And it's Little Mermaid themed, hence the name Sebastian's Bistro. So you get buttery rolls, and then the rolls, they come out with a guava butter and a caramelized onion jam. You have a spice neck salad that's mixed greens, pumpkin seeds, tropical fruit, and it has a key lime dressing. Very good. Your entree is oven roasted citrus chicken, slow cooked pork with a mango salsa, grilled chili rubbed beef, and then also there was some baked fish. The sides were cilantro rice and beans, vegetable curry, and broccolini. Now, the dessert was the crowning jewel. It is so delicious. It's a coconut pineapple bread pudding, and it's served with vanilla ice cream with caramel that you're able to pour over the top. So it was very yummy. So the next morning, we got up and rode the bus that is supplied by the resort because we're staying at a Universal resort, and it took us over to City Walk. You go into City Walk, walk through that, which is mostly shops and restaurants and nightclubs, and that takes you to the entrance of Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. We had early admittance that day into Islands of Adventure because we were resort guests. So we rope dropped Hagrid's. Now, Hagrid's went down for a little while, so we waited a little longer than anticipated. But that's okay because this ride is totally worth it. It's a great roller coaster. When we finished up with Hagrid's, we went over to the Hogwarts Castle. which is the Forbidden Journey ride. It's one of the original rides that was in the Wizarding World whenever they first built it there in Orlando, and it still holds up really good. We did some walking around Hogsmeade, and then we decided to go ahead and hop on the Hogwarts Express and go over to Diagon Alley, which is in Universal Studios. Now, you do have to have a park to park pass to be able to do that. So we did have that available. So we got on Hogwarts Express, rode over. When we got to Diagon Alley, we decided to go into the Leaky Cauldron, and we decided to have lunch there. Now, I had a cold butterbeer. I usually like to get the hot, but I went with the cold this time. And for my lunch, I had a beef and lamb and Guinness stew. It's served in a warm bread bowl, and it also comes with a side salad. And as soon as we finished up with our lunch at Leaky Cauldron, which, by the way, is themed wonderfully, and it made me really feel like I was there in the Leaky Cauldron, we walked around some in Diagon Alley, and we went over then to Gringotts to ride the Escape from Gringotts ride. Now, this ride actually went down for a little while as well while we were waiting in line, which kind of was a pattern a little bit that day, but nothing really lasted more like the ride never went down really for more than like 20 minutes, so it wasn't too bad. The theming in this was wonderful, so that was really cool to walk through there. And it just looks like the movie. I mean, it really, they did an excellent job on the theming, and you can really tell that J.K. Rowling had a hand in that. Beverly has never been to Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure, so even though I've been several times, it was really nice to get to experience this with her and be there with her as she did all of these things for the first time. So that was really awesome. Now, we did Gringotts, and you do wear 3D glasses during Gringotts. So after we got off of Gringotts and we walked around Diagon Alley just a little bit more, we decided that we had done everything in the Harry Potter Wizarding World that we wanted to do for that morning. So we decided to go back to the hotel. We thought we could take a small little nap. So what we did was we went back through City Walk, and we went to Voodoo Donuts in City Walk, which is an excellent place to get donuts. If you haven't tried it before, I recommend it. They come in a cute little pink box. So I think I got the maple bacon, and I think Beverly just got like a chocolate cream filled donut. So we went back to the hotel, and my sister met us there. Beverly and I took a little nap, and Alex, I think, just watched some TV, and she went ahead and booked our dinner. And then after our nap, we got up, felt refreshed. We decided to all go back to the park. So we went back to the park, and we stayed on the Universal Studios side. So when we went back to the park, we took a few pictures, and then we went over and we rode Men in Black, which is a shooting game where you ride through and you shoot aliens. We also rode ET, which is a very nostalgic. It's one of the oldest rides in the park. We also rode Transformers, which is a 3D simulation ride, and that was very fun. We had a really good time. We also went over and did the Jimmy Fallon Race Through New York, which is also a simulation ride. So when we finished those up, we decided the park was closing, so we left out through City Walk, and we went over to the Polynesian Resort at Disney because we were going to have dinner at the Kona Cafe. Now, I've had breakfast at Kona Cafe several times, but I have never had dinner there. It was excellent. For our appetizer, we got the seafood poo-poo platter, which is the crispy calamari, rock shrimp, and fish. We also got a surf and turf roll, sushi roll, which was spice fillet, ginger, shrimp, crab, cucumber, avocado, sriracha. It was excellent. And then for my dinner, I'm sorry, I had the shrimp tempura, which was shrimp tempura, avocado, and I did have a side of truffled mushrooms. Now, Beverly had the New York strip steak, which also came with potatoes and carrots. And my sister had the braised short rib, which also came with a mocha sauce, creamy mashed potatoes, and broccolini. Overall, the dinner was excellent, and we also did get rolls with that. It was such a great dinner. I would highly recommend eating there. Now, we went on back to the hotel, and my sister, who's an annual pass holder, had got to go a few weeks ago to the Disney's annual pass holder warehouse sale, and she was able to get this Loungefly backpack for me that celebrates Epcot's 40th anniversary. I collect these, so it was great, and I was really excited to get that. It's really colorful. The next morning, we got up and we drove over to Epcot. We did not stay at a Disney resort, so we had to drive. However, sister is a annual pass holder, so she does get free parking. The park was already open when we got there because Disney resort guests got in at 8:30. So when we got in at 9, there were already people in the park. We went straight to Soarin' and rode Soarin', and then we went over and did the Living with the Land boat ride. I love this boat ride. It's a very simple ride. I always enjoy doing it though. My boys always loved to do it over and over when they were small, and it just brings back good memories. Whenever we finished up with the Living with the Land, we went over to Figment Journey into Imagination and did that ride. When we got off of the ride, what was really cool was now Figment has never really done meet and greets before, and now he is. So when we got off the ride, he was there. The line was not very long, so Beverly and I went ahead and got in line and met him. My sister had already done that, so she did not wait in line with us. She went off and did some shopping. So that was fun. And then we decided we were a little hungry because we didn't eat breakfast, so we decided to walk over to the countries and go to one of the pastry places in France. They had a lot of selection. It was very good. I had a very good breakfast. It had apples, brie, and cranberry on a maple roll, and then Beverly had a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, and I think my sister might have had the same thing. I'm really not sure. I did have a hot vanilla latte with it. It was very good. And then since we were already in France, we went over and got in line for the Ratatouille ride. This ride is fairly new to the park. It's a lot of fun. I love little Remy. He's the cutest little mouse ever. Or rat. He's actually a rat, I think. So my sister pointed out some really cool bottles in one of the windows, and it's wine. And one bottle is dated 2007, which is when Ratatouille came out. 2014 is the next bottle, which is when the ride opened in France, and 2021 is the next bottle, which is when the ride opened in Orlando. We then hopped on the Skyliner, which goes between Epcot and Hollywood Studios. It also services the Caribbean Beach Resort, which is where the main hub is. And then it also goes to Art of Animation, Pop Century, and the Riviera Resort. We got off of that, and Daisy Duck was there giving autographs and taking pictures. So we stopped and saw her. Now, you will notice that the different places some of the different places in Epcot have displayed all of the 100-year anniversary, and that was all over the place with really pretty banners and decorations. We went into Club Cool, which is a Coca-Cola tasting area it's Coca-Cola products from all over the world. I had to have Beverly taste the Beverly, which is from Italy, and of course, it does not taste good. We then went over and did Spaceship Earth, which is a lot of fun. We did that, and there's always a really fun video that they post of you at the end of the ride, and somebody's face always gets messed up on that picture, and it was hilarious. So we went over to Test Track and did that on single rider. The line was 55 minutes, so we only waited like 15 doing single rider. We then, of course, had to go into some stores, and I had to check out the Medium Burks. I didn't buy anything, but I still had to look and see what they had available. Those were my favorite pocketbooks. We didn't come back over to the countries because we had lunch reservations over in Italy at Tutta Italia, and it was excellent. We have eaten there before. Alex and I have. We've eaten there in the past with our mom. Beverly had not eaten there before. So I had the Parmigiana. It was great fried chicken breast with mozzarella, Parmesan, fresh spaghetti, and tomato sauce. Beverly had the spaghetti, which was beef and pork meatballs with pomodoro sauce. And then my sister had the gnocchi, the potato dumplings with roasted tomatoes, pomodoro sauce, and cheese. It was a great meal. We really recommend it. At the beginning of the meal, we did get a basket of bread and some fresh olives. Those were delicious as well. And then when we finished up, it was time for us to get called for our Guardians of the Galaxy. What you have to do with Guardians of the Galaxy is get a virtual queue in the morning at 7 a.m. or again in the afternoon at 1 p.m. And you do this through the Disney app. Then you are called back. Your boarding pass is called throughout the day. We got called back right before our dinner reservation. So we went ahead and had our lunch and then we scooted over there. There wasn't a problem, even though we were about 30 minutes late. They didn't give us any problem with that. The Guardians of the Galaxy ride is a lot of fun. It's a newer coaster. It's an indoor coaster. There's big, huge screens everywhere. There's really loud rock music playing. There's some humor. And I swear, I just laugh the whole time we're on this ride. It is such a fun ride. And I always want to ride it more than once, but you usually can't do that with the virtual queues. Whenever we finished up with Guardians of the Galaxy, we went over to the new Moana attraction that just opened, and we got to see Moana. She was leaving as we were going in, and this is called the Journey of Water, and it's really just a walkthrough immersive experience. There's waterfalls, and there's like rock carvings. There's different things that you can do with your arms, like you can wave them over certain places, and it makes the water jump. There's a lot of splash pad type areas for kids, and there were a bunch of kids in there playing and having a really good time. There is a beautiful statue of Tafiti, and she has like a waterfall. It's all really pretty. And there's also like some misting areas. So I imagine in the summertime, this will be a really good place to walk through when it's really hot. And so that was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed doing that. And you can see through my video, there's just different rock carvings everywhere. Even where the Hey is, there's little Hey footprints in the cement, and then it walks up to where he is carved into the rock. It's really cute. The Moana's music is playing, which is some of my favorite soundtrack. There's some water areas you walk through, and when you walk under it, the water just stops. That was pretty cool. Overall, it's just a really nice new area that they've added into Epcot. Now, we did find a hidden Mickey, and my sister helped point that out to me. In case you don't know, Disney has little hidden Mickeys all over all of their parks and resorts. The Food and Wine Festival is going on at Epcot right now, so that was really fun back in the countries. The first country we did was Mexico. There was a little boat ride back there with the three caballeros, and that's always a cute little boat ride that we like to do, and we went ahead, of course, and did that when we walked through the Mexico pavilion. It has Donald Duck and some other of his friends. And it's just always fun. There is a Mexican restaurant there in that pavilion that's really tasty. We didn't eat there this time, but we have in the past. And it was very good. I highly recommend it. Now, we did go over to Norway and we rode the Frozen Ever After ride, which is one of my favorite rides. Right outside the ride is a waterfall that there's a sword in it. Back behind the waterfall, my sister pointed that out to me. I had never seen it before. We did go over to China. There's some beautiful places back there, some gardens, some museums, some shops. So we did walk around in there and had a really nice time. I, of course, found a corgi book while I was walking through the store. So I, of course, had to look at that and figure out what that was all about. And it was a bilingual book. It was teaching children Chinese and English. So that was pretty cool. I didn't buy it, but I had to check it out. All right, we're in Mexico, and I got the top shelf margarita. And I got the strawberry frozen margarita.
I'm just thinking like...
Is it good? No. All right, we're in China, and I got a fiery dream. Chicken dumplings. free of flight?
I have a friend who does like a big Miami it's spectacular. Like $12, a ton of like clams and seafood.
That's okay. That one, the red was good. That's better.
Yeah, but it's like one.
And I don't like that one. You don't like the red one? I love the red. Nope. I prefer the red.
Good job.
Okay. We're in Japan, and this is the sake passion cocktail. Well, that's good. Do you want to have that one? Oh, that is good. That is good. That's really good. Hey, I got the blood orange mimosa and the pistachio baklava from Morocco. Well, that's really good. Very good. Okay. Hey, we're in France and we have the citron slushy. Lemonade. Got lemonade and
So we
grape
also
juice
got
vodka.
some mimosas at the Shimmering Sips, and we got some cheesecake at the Hawaii booth. We also did some shopping. I like to go through the UK to do shopping because they have my 3 favorite things: corgis, tea, and Alice in Wonderland. So that's always fun to walk through there. After that, we decided to get some good seats for the fireworks. The park closes at 9 and fireworks start right at 9, and Disney is always on time. I mean, they start right at 9. So it was good. They're in a transition period right now because they just closed out one fireworks show, but they haven't debuted the new one. So this is kind of an intermediate. It's just fireworks and some music. It's not the usual showy stuff that Disney usually does, but they were still beautiful. I mean, Disney does everything better. That's all I can say about that. They just do stuff better. So the fireworks were good. When we got through with the fireworks, of course, there was like a mass exodus to leave the park because everybody was trying to get out. We decided to walk from the back of the countries up to the front, and we wanted to do a little bit of shopping. So we went up to the Connection store, which is the very big store there in Epcot. We did some shopping, and then we headed on back to the hotel and got some sleep. Now, our plan was to get up the next morning and rope drop and do early admission again into Universal Studios. However, we were just tired, so we didn't. We slept in. We slept until about 9, which was when the park was actually opening. So we got up, got ready. We went downstairs and got some breakfast, went over to the park then, and then we rode the Fast and the Furious ride. We rode Gringotts again because that was just a really fun ride, so we decided to do it again. We rode the Mummy roller coaster, which is an indoor roller coaster, and it's really fun. It's a short roller coaster, but I always enjoy it. And then for some reason, we did Rip Ride Rocket, which is another roller coaster there, and I don't ever want to do it again. It bangs my head around too much. I also walked through, they do Hollywood Horror Nights there. We didn't get a ticket, it's a separate ticket, but I did walk through some of the areas that they had prepped for the Horror Nights. I walked through the Last of Us area just because I enjoy that show and I wanted to see what they had done to prep for that. So that was neat seeing some of those props. We then decided to go back to the hotel. Rip Ride Rocket really kind of messed us up and we were not feeling great. So we decided to go back to the hotel for a while and take a nap. So we did that and it was well worth it. We needed that nap. So we got up, got back ready, got back over to the park and had a wonderful evening. We did the Reign of Kong and then we also did the Jurassic Park Journey ride. You get a little wet on that ride, but nothing too bad. We then went over and did Spider-Man, which is a simulator ride that you wear 3D glasses, just like the Transformer. And then we decided to shut the night down with Hulk. It was so much fun. We had like 20 minutes until park closed, and we got front row, which is always awesome. We got off the ride, and it was so fun. And Beverly's like, oh my God, we should do that again. So we did. We had like 7 minutes left. We got back in line, got through it. So we closed out the night that way. So we left the park because the park was closing and we went over to City Walk. My sister had to work that day, so when she got off work, she went back to the hotel, showered, and then she came and met us at City Walk and we did some shopping. And then we went and had dinner at Cowfish, which is a burger and sushi restaurant there in City Walk. So we had, for an appetizer, we had the creamy crab rangoon with Parmesan panko crust, and it came with wonton crisp with sweet chili sauce and chives. It was excellent. It tasted just like a wonton. And we also had I had the jalapeno showstopper. It's a burger and it has jalapeno cream cheese, jalapeno bacon, fried jalapenos, jalapeno citrus aioli, lettuce, tomato, and fresh sliced jalapenos on a brioche bun. I like jalapenos if you can't tell. And then Beverly had the CBCLT, which is a burger, and it was cheddar cheese. It had applewood bacon, white cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, and cowfish sauce on a brioche bun. Then my sister had the Georgia roll. She was the only one that got sushi this night. She had the Georgia roll, like I said, sorry for repeating myself. It's the tempura shrimp, and it was coated in tempura flakes. It had yellowfish tuna on top with eel and sweet eel sauce. So we went back to the hotel and got most of our stuff packed up and most of our stuff put into the van. So we didn't have as much to do the next morning. We got up the next morning, got checked out. We then drove over to Disney's Polynesian Resort and met my sister at Kona Cafe for breakfast. This is one of my favorite places to have breakfast. We usually eat breakfast here a lot. I had some coffee, and then I also they have a really excellent juice that they serve at Kona and at Ohana, which is the other restaurant there at the Polynesian, and it's a mixture of orange, passion, and guava juice. Now, my sister and I always get what the Kona Cafe is popular for, which is the Tonga Toast. The Tonga Toast is a banana-infused sourdough French toast that comes with a strawberry compote. I don't like the strawberry compote. My sister loves it. I let her have all of it. I usually just eat mine with syrup. So then Beverly she doesn't like bananas. So she got just the regular French toast. And all of these breakfasts come with a side of either bacon, ham, sausage, or spiced ham. And then we got on the road. We didn't really want to leave. I always hate saying goodbye to my sister, but it's always nice to see her. We decided to do a Buc-ee's stop all along the way. So we stopped at all the Buc-ee's. Our first stop was Buc-ee's in Daytona Beach and then Buc-ee's in St. Augustine. That Buc-ee's, when we went in, we got to actually take our picture with Buc-ee's. Our last Buc-ee's stop of the day was in Florence, South Carolina. We saw some really cute little Halloween and Christmas Buc-ee blow-up dolls. I didn't buy any. I just thought they were funny. But I just really want to thank you for watching my video and going on this trip with us. The ride home the weather got kind of bad. That we had to slow down to about 40 on the interstate, and we had our flashers going for a while. But after the rain cleared, there was a beautiful double rainbow. Beverly got some good pictures for me while I was driving. So, but overall, it was a great time. I really enjoyed seeing my sister every chance I can get down there to see her. She's been gone, living down there for about 2 years now. So I miss her, and it's always really nice to go and visit. Plus, it's always nice to just spend time with your best friend. And we hadn't had a vacation together in a really long time, so it was needed. And we enjoyed ourselves. You know, we laughed, we cried, we told jokes, we talked. It was just a wonderful time, and I'm so glad that we got to experience that. And I look forward to getting the opportunity to do something like this again in the future. Thank you for watching my video. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok under Missy Castle Dreams. And I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you.